Good morning, Australia. Hi, David. Your show's ready to go.
Good morning, world. I'm in Australia. It's raining a lot here, and I'm seeing my friend Judy today, so I'm excited. And it's a beautiful day. I'm enjoying the rain because it's not cold. So the one thing in the tropics is different with the rain is you don't get that chill factor here. It's warm and this beautiful rain is falling, and I feel very peaceful and quite energized. I always feel there's some kind of massage for the brain, that the brain just likes the sounds of nature, the sounds of the rain. How do you experience rain? Do you hear it on your roof? And how does it make you feel? Does it remind you of being a child? You know, a lot of us have memories going back to childhood of the rain, and it's a strange phenomenon being alive in this human body because we have memory, of course, and memory is always influencing our experience, and then we have the actual present moment. So what I realized is that and like anyone else, I'm carrying the old programming, the old paradigms from the past, and it's it can be quite confronting to look at the beliefs one has and the programming one has and see it as a programming. For instance, my mother makes pancakes in this particular way, and that's how she likes it, and that's how I always did it. But one could make pancakes in many different ways. There isn't only one way. And Stu, welcome, Stu from Florida. And Florida has rain. You have quite a lot of rain in Florida. So Stu, love hearing the rain. And Stu is a wonderful man who lives in Florida, and he is the most regular on this show. So welcome, Stu, and great to see you. It may be a little bit of a shortened show today just because I have a work situation. So I'm actually going to be talking about the unknown and doing things maybe outside of our comfort zone. I see that there's a treatment book that I've never done before, and I don't really know it very well. Well, if you've never done something, you don't usually know things very well. It's like, learning to drive a car until you've actually driven the car many times. Actually, you don't feel that confident. So I've never done this particular treatment. I sort of read about it last night, and I said, well, I don't really know what that is, but I'm a very experienced therapist, so I do bring all that experience into whatever I do. So even if it's a new thing, I'm still bringing that experience. So I was talking a little bit about the nature of the past, the present, the future, and how there is this collision, or not really collision, but co-creation, call it interconnection between past, present, future. They always influence each other, and our brain has the ability to program the future, but our brain has an ability to reprogram the past, so change our memories. So memories are these passing collections of, call it, data in our brains. And these memories also are held cellularly, so in our cells, in our bodies, in our energy system, the memories are held as well. So memory is quite complex because it's not just a neuron and a connected neuron. It's way more. And we can hold the energy of, for instance, a trauma without logically or intellectually knowing what that means. Sarah from the UK. So welcome, Sarah, and great to have you here. Where in the UK are you? I've been often mostly to London, but to England, Wales, Scotland. I've never been to Ireland before. So welcome, Sarah. And Stuart is in Florida. So it's great that you two can have a conversation across the world. And like we have conversations across the world between different people, the same within our body, the same within our brain, body, mind, body, spirit, call it. But these different energy systems that are interacting with each other, connecting, co-creating, and affecting the future. And how do we affect the future? Of course, from our present thoughts and feelings and thought paradigms, programming, past programming. So what I'm going to get into is the programming. What is our programming? And perhaps we can play with it, interact with it, and change it. You know, certain beliefs are not serving us. Our beliefs, perhaps about what our needs are, or about, for me, I can just talk personally about my needs, asking for my needs, or asking for my needs, as you may say in California. That was never part of my experience, and I'm just realizing now what effect that's had on me, just in contact with and connection with other people, because particularly when I had a relationship, a brief relationship, I realized that I felt stuck when it came to asserting my needs or just recognizing my needs. And I just think of myself as deer in the headlights, of being kind of this open channel. But in terms of actual relationships, not knowing what to do, being out of my depth. So I'm realizing that I have this channel ability, this almost connection to the stars, to the higher realms. I have this this beautiful connection to spirit. However, like in a human body and the human realm and the physical sphere that we are operating in, when it comes to relationships, I have no idea. I'm just like, what? Like, I don't know. And so I have this kind of dichotomy within me where, you know, I haven't had many relationships in my life. Certainly not anything very, very long-term or sustained romantically, but definitely I've had friendships, and the friendships have often worked really well, because this problem isn't it doesn't arise to the same extent, because, you know, when you choose friends and friends connect with me, they have always been caring for me, so often they've cared for my needs without me even saying anything or asserting my needs. But within a romantic relationship or within family relationships, my programming was just to be there, not say anything, to be anonymous, to be quiet. Children should be seen and not heard. So I have this innate sort of silence, call it, or almost a numbness, where any of my needs are just, I'll just set them aside. And I'm just coming to terms with needs, and I'm wondering how you feel about your own needs and what your belief is about your needs. And I guess particularly the question is, what is your belief about asking for your needs, or asking for your needs to be met? So within, for instance, a family type relationship, or perhaps you're a mother, a daughter, perhaps you are father, whatever that relationship is, mother, daughter, son, or a romantic relationship, there's more of a confrontation with what our needs are, what we need as human beings. It could be, I need to be, we need basic shelter. Maybe we need money, for instance. We need to be healed. And there's a Maslow's hierarchy of needs has this ascendancy where this hierarchy moves up to the higher needs. So we start off with the lower needs, or the more physical first chakra needs: shelter, food, safety, sleep is on that first rung, and then we move up to higher needs, all the way up to self-actualization is at the top of the hierarchy. It's a type of ascendancy, transcendence of it's moving up towards this type of almost utopian ideal, which is not really necessarily specific. It's unique to each individual. This idea of self-actualization, whatever that is, essentially a sense of autonomy and a sense of fulfilling one's potential in the world. So Sarah is in Northampton, and I know England because of cricket. So Northampton, I've heard of Northampton, and it's my connection is through cricket. So Carlos, thank you so much, and appreciate you being a great friend of the show, Carlos. And Sarah, that's beautiful. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah says, David, relationships are very unique and individual, and yes, past plays a part, nature versus nurture, yet life experience changes and challenges this, as now I know. After 20-year marriage, now going through divorce following emotional abuse to me and my children, I have now to look at self-actualization and safety and my kids. So there's a lot going on there for you, Sarah, and thank you for sharing that journey, that difficult journey, which a lot of people unfortunately share the similar or the same kinds of experiences. I definitely do share the similar kind of experiences myself. I'm sure many of the listeners as well share the same. So just to explain a little bit about that Maslow's hierarchy of needs, at the bottom of that is safety. So safety is the basic, the primal need of life. Safety, and you can think of food, sleep. I think sex is on that bottom layer because it is about life, about the basic life of human beings, sustaining life. So we have these the very primal instincts as well, the basic instincts. These are really the animal instincts, the things that animals do to keep alive, and safety is number one. But you mentioned self-actualization. Self-actualization is at the top. So what you want to be doing is dealing with that whole hierarchy and acknowledging it and living it. So safety is really important, that you manifest that in your world. And then finally, at the very top is your self-actualization, which you can think of as your bliss. You could think of it as your bliss, your fulfillment. What fulfills you? So fulfillment is not the number one primary need of any being. The number one primary being, as I said, is, think of an animal and then you think, well, what do they need to survive? Those are the first things on Maslow's hierarchy. What do you need to survive? So Sarah, you've had this marriage and you're going through this divorce. So really important that you give yourself nurturing and love, and to your kids, that you share this connection, this support for them, and really honor yourself, honor your heart. So it is a journey, it is a process, and for you, boundaries are coming up strongly. So Sarah, really think and consider your boundaries, what you think about boundaries. And the opportunity or the question here is for you to heal those boundaries, to look at them in a new way and to start shifting them. So any abusive relationship, the result of that is that our boundaries are not so strong. Because the state of abuse, especially long-term abuse, it really shifts our internal boundary paradigm. So we end up with often a lot of confusion and self-doubt and question marks over our basic existence, perhaps about the basic Maslow's hierarchy, as we spoke about, but particularly with our needs being met and our boundaries, and developing healthy boundaries is a process, and something that, Sarah, you can really be mindful of, and I'm sure you are aware of that already. And developing those boundaries. Can I request them? All right. So there's so many layers to these issues, and I was talking about my transcendence as growing up in an abusive family or dysfunctional family. My ability to transcend that is very strong, and of course with time one learns that this is a skill, it's a gift. However, it needs a human dimension, otherwise it can just become bypassing if one's constantly in a transcendent space and one isn't able to deal with one's physical needs, for instance. Then it can be an unhealthy type of bypassing one's needs. So that's what I recognize in myself that I was doing growing up, was bypassing my own needs all the time. But Sarah, we will look to what is happening around you, just clearing the energy, and the cards are flying everywhere. Sorry about that. I don't know what is going on with you, Sarah. Okay, so the cards are just flying out. Let's just keep shuffling here. Okay. All right, Sarah. So there's definitely karmic patterns and choices happening in your situation. We call it samsara. I don't know if you've heard of samsara. It's a Buddhist idea, and it speaks to these cycles of the world we live in. So you're part of this. This is your chosen pathway. So this is, in a way, I know we are victims often in life. We are, in a way, we're all victims and persecutors. We all have been the recipient of difficult experiences and been the victim of difficult experiences. But this is really calling you to rise above that idea. It's saying, don't see yourself as a victim. Take responsibility for this path, your role in it, and practice equanimity and discernment to understand with a higher wisdom what is happening, without being engulfed in guilt about your children. Understanding that it is your children's path as well as it is your chosen pathway. So unfortunately, or it's just the way life is, there are all these unintended consequences of all of our decisions. But your children are not unintended, they are intended, and this is part of their life path, just as it is part of you. So acknowledge this complexity, and realize that this is actually a portal opening up for you. So this is opening up a portal towards something that is a new way of seeing the world. So every experience offers an opportunity for self-growth, for self-awareness, for shifting. So this experience, whilst you may think of it as bad or terrible or whatever you want to, whatever words you want to put on that experience, it's actually clear in the cards that this is opening something up for you. This is a transformation, and it's an inner transformation that's leading to a new way of seeing the world. But firstly, what comes up strongly is a lot of fatigue, and it's important that you do take time to rest in a safe space. So you'll find that you've been on alert for a while. It's almost like you haven't really allowed yourself to really rest, because you've been in sensory overload or adrenal fatigue. So your nervous system is shot. So it's like you're operating from a very much in a high alert kind of energy. So very important that you find a way to rest in a safe space, in a bubble that will provide for your needs in a safe way. I'm seeing that your throat chakra is very blocked. So your communication channel, which is over here, of course, that is requiring a lot of energy, and there's various ways one can focus on the throat chakra, self-expression, and speaking your truth. So really meditate on self-expression and speaking your truth, which we were touching upon boundaries before, and this is connected to often speaking one's boundaries, speaking out one's needs. So remember to work and focus on speaking out your needs. And you can imagine energetically, spiritually, Archangel Gabriel, who can bring this energy forward, help you with a beautiful orb of blue light, and sending that powerful energy into your third chakra, just through your imagination, through your visualization, acknowledging your power to communicate, readiness to do so. Now is the time to express yourself truthfully, with absolute truth, both for yourself and others. It feels like you haven't had this opportunity for a while, and expressing all the emotions of the past, you may want to write things down, write everything down, and don't hold back anything. And if it's becoming too much, just burn it, just throw it out. Just use that as a healing pathway of releasing the past. So writing is automatic. Writing is very powerful, and your soul is longing for you to take this leap, to express your anger, to express it. Let it out. Don't hold it in. Let it out. Speak your truth. Speak up for yourself. And you can bring in this blue Archangel Gabriel to clear the energy. I do see the temple space opening up. It's like this is opening up a new purpose for you, a new way of being. And so this is heading in a direction that is actually your true path, and it's a positive path. And through that new pathway, it's going to require a lot of action, but ultimately it's going to lead to romance. So I'm actually seeing romance here. I'm seeing healing, a pathway to healing and happiness. So this is about stepping through towards a positive future that's opening up your healing channels and your inner knowledge that's been tied down, that's been suppressed for a very long time. So thank you so much, Sarah, and lots of prayers to you, wishing you resolution and healing. All right, so the rain has got really hard. It's raining a lot here. So just clearing the energy, grounding ourselves back in our bodies. Stu says hi, Sarah. And where was okay, and thank you to Sarah. And if anyone's on the show, just let me know. Suzanne, let me know if there's a Suzanne there. So we are going to alchemize this process into our body by a short visualization, getting ourselves really comfortable, closing your eyes if it's safe to do so, with your back supported or upright, and your body relaxed, feet connected to the ground, to the earth, taking a moment to feeling what is in your emotional body and physical body. Whatever feelings you can recognize, staying with them, staying with any feelings you can recognize, whether it's a physical sensation or an emotion or both. Allowing ourselves to integrate with that emotion or physical sensation by bringing the heart of acceptance into that area, the heart of acceptance. Opening our hearts as we open our world to allow for this feeling. We allow for it, expressing our needs to the universe. And as we express our needs to the universe, we stay with this emotion. We allow it to be met. We allow it to be held like you would hold a child in your arms. And perhaps you can imagine yourself as a 5-year-old, as a little child, holding your inner 5-year-old in your own arms now, close to your heart, and wrapping that child with love. Wrapping up that child, this little 5-year-old that's inside of you. Seeing his or her face and bringing this love into the child's heart. Whatever that child needs, give it to that child unconditionally. Love, support, affection, just someone to tell the child it's going to be okay. I've got you. You're safe. From heart to heart, you're loved and you're safe. You're safe and you're loved. Breathing that into your heart, integrating that energy, feeling held, supported, loved, and safe. Breathe that in and out. Know that from the depth of your being, you are loved, supported, and healed by spirit. And spirit always offers a safe place. It always offers safety. So breathing this in with joyfulness, with joy. Expanding your breath. And in your own time, in your own way, gently starting to come out of this meditation by stretching your arms out in a way that feels the most natural to you. Taking your time to come fully back into your body. And if you are ready, you may open your eyes gently. So welcome back. Welcome to Marsha. Marsha, I'm just going to pick a card for you. And please do follow the links below in the moving table below. And if you wish to contact me or support this work, the links are available in the description. All right, Marsha. All right, Marsha, there's a lot of There's a lot of thinking going on, I feel. There are some potential pathways for you. I feel like it's really important now to get closer to your heart, to what's really important to you, to take time to meditate on what is important to you, because it feels like the things are very busy. There's a lot going on, and you're not asking yourself the questions that are necessary for you to gain insight, because things are so busy around you. You're not gaining the clarity of thought, the clarity of insight. It does feel there is a contract being signed. I'm seeing a contract. I am seeing healing coming through, and there is a female figure that is a business woman, and she is pushing things forward, and that's important for you. Just always come back to your value, your relationship with yourself. So this woman seems to be related to business. It's a business relation, and she's coming in, and I do see something being signed as well. But the message is that your life is very busy and you're thinking a lot. There's a lot of energies. Take more time out for yourself. Remember that we're all here for a short time, and we're here for a purpose, and we also need to nurture our own needs, our own self, and take time out for us to really align with what's in our hearts. So come back to what's in your heart, Marsha. But overall, yeah, I think things are moving along. You are making progress in different levels, but matters of the heart feel like they are being neglected, and take time to clear your mind. So thank you very much, Marsha, and we are ending today's show early, just because I have a very busy day. So I hope everyone understands, and please do feel free to contact me anytime. Marsha says, I've just got a dog visitor. Marsha says, thank you. I think I know who she is, and I would take more time for myself. Yeah, lots of love to you, Marsha. Remember the being inside of you. You can call it your soul. Remember that part of you that also requires acknowledgement and your love and attention. Thank you, Stu, for being there from Florida, and wishing you a beautiful night, and stay safe out there. Lots of love to everyone. I'm just happy I have a beautiful dog. You cannot see him, but he's here. And thank you to everyone for being here. Lots of love. Keep believing in life, in you, in transformation. That's what we're here to do, to evolve. And Samantha, welcome. Welcome. I think you're new on the show, so great to see you, Samantha. We will be back next week, so please write your comments in the comment section, and wishing you